What's up, fight fans? Thank you, as always, for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. All right, so it's done. It's in the books, as they say. Usyk versus BELLEW is over. And I can't lie to you, I always have this massive sense of disappointment every time a big fight's done. I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's because I'm on such a high and then I just go down, right? Thank God we don't have to wait too long for another big fight. Obviously, Wilder Fury, we've got that coming up. We've got Canelo coming up. We've got Chisora White coming up. So we have got more big fights to come. So the disappointment will not last too long. But yeah, I don't know. There's just, I don't know, maybe because the adrenaline spike is so high and then it just goes doom once a fight's over. I have watched the fight again this morning. I watched it obviously live last night. Shout out to my boy who sent me the link. I don't want to mention his name just in case he gets in trouble. I did watch it again this morning as well. I always do that because I feel like maybe I'm too emotional first time round, right? So I've got to watch it again just to make sure I didn't miss out on something. And I want to try and watch two different feeds. So the one I watched yesterday night was the Sky Sports feed, the English feed, and the one I watched this morning was the Canadian feed, just to hear what the commentators are saying, right? Because obviously, no disrespect, but they're going to be a bit biased and that can put you off a little bit. First things first, before we talk about the fight, those post-fight in-ring interviews, Sky needs to look at them. I think they need to look at them and maybe reconsider them under certain circumstances, right? Because they shouldn't have done an in-ring interview with Tony Bellew last night. They shouldn't have. I know it's his last fight. I know, look, he wanted to say a few things, but he was clearly buzzed. If you are Adam Scott, is it Adam Scott? And you can't see that he is buzzed, even though he's repeating the same thing time and time again, then maybe you should think of another career path because he's clearly buzzed. I don't know why they didn't wait, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes for him to get to the changing room. Maybe have the doctor see him again and then conduct an interview. It was painful to watch that interview because you could clearly see he was a bit buzzed still. I mean, he got knocked down hard, I don't know, 20 minutes prior, and I just didn't think that in-ring interview was necessary. That's just my personal opinion. Let's talk about Usyk very quickly before we kind of talk about the whole fight in its own. So that's 3 wins and 3 fights this year for Usyk. Bradis, World Boxing Super Series semi-final, tough fight, won that. Gassiev made that look easy. And BELLEW, which was good fight for a few rounds, and I think he just kind of stepped up a couple of gears. Fighter of the year, without a doubt. Like, fighter of the year, without a doubt. That there isn't even a question. I can't think of any fighter that even comes close to taking those honors. I tweeted a few things last night saying, look, this is how you do it, right? You've got all these, I'm going to say, you've got all these American kids. And when I say kids, there's a bunch of them, right? That Javonte Davis, the Charlos, even Spence this year. I know Spence has got the fight with Garcia, but even Spence this year, Adrian Broner as well, that have had like 1, 2 fights max this year. And you see them behind the scenes getting drunk and all that kind of stuff. And look, each of their own, right? I mean, who are we to tell people how to run their careers? But when you see a fighter like Usyk doing what he's doing, and then you see what these kids are doing, it's like, come on, surely there's only one right way. And that right way for me is the way Usyk is doing it. 3 fights, competitive fights, championship fights, big fights, and at the end of the year, fighter of the year, without a doubt. And fingers crossed he's earned some good money as well. I know the World Boxing Super Series final paid good money, and I'm sure he made good money yesterday through this pay-per-view. So look, well done to Usyk. The fight went kind of how I thought it was gonna go. If you guys watch my final thought video I did yesterday, I did say that I think Usyk would get rid of BELLEW rounds 8 or 9. I kind of said it would be probably that. I said if it went to points, it was going to be wide, and if not, Usyk would get rid of him 8 to 9. I knew BELLEW would be dangerous, maybe rounds 1 to 4, but I kind of expected him to start gassing. Again, this guy's been fighting heavyweight for 2 years, been walking around, comfortably walking around, I'm guessing about 16.5 stone. So he's had to drop a lot of weight to come down and fight a live Usyk at cruiserweight, somewhere where he's not been for 2.5 years. But even if Usyk wasn't that good, even if Usyk was just a fringe world level cruiserweight, BELLEW was always going to struggle with the weight. I just had a feeling that he would struggle with the weight, hence why I said rounds 8 to 9. But to compound the problems for BELLEW, Usyk is good. One thing that the English commentary didn't pick up on yesterday was, again, Usyk's work rate. It's just non-stop. And I thought someone like David Haye, who is a cruiserweight, would pick up on this, but he didn't mention it at all. Usyk's work rate is just incredible. He keeps you working, whether or not It's mental or physical. He keeps you working, he keeps you thinking. Tony Bellew was having to constantly think about what to do, and he's doing it on the back foot as well. So he's not only having to dodge that Usyk left hand, he's having to think, okay, what do I do now? What do I do? Because Usyk is just coming forward and forward and forward. And Usyk isn't coming forward in straight lines as well. You've got to watch the fight again. Usyk's coming forward and he's making angles. Tony Bellew done well in the first 2 rounds because he's razor sharp in the first 2 rounds. So Tony Bellew's having to kind of navigate those angles. But from round 4 onwards, it gets hard work. You get fucking tired. How would you not get tired of a guy constantly coming forward at you? Remember, these guys in the ring yesterday are 15 stone. They're 15 stone. They weighed in at 14.4, 14.5, but they would have rehydrated to nearly 15 stone. You're having to adjust constantly at 15 stone. That is very difficult to do. And I think that's what I thought won the fight more than anything. Just the adjustments that Tony Bellew's having to make, and he's just getting tired. Not only that, but he's winging punches as well. Some are landing, but a lot's missing. A lot's missing. Again, something that wasn't picked up in commentary. Tony Bellew threw a lot of punches that missed yesterday. And again, if they're not hitting the target, those are taking so much energy out of you. I've always asked myself what the difference is between sort of fringe world level, and elite world level. And watching Usyk yesterday, I got a few answers. Firstly, elite world level guys don't panic. They just don't panic. I've seen it now. They don't panic. They can get tagged. They don't panic. They still stick to their game plan. But the key thing for me, the key thing that makes elite world level guys stand out, and you can clearly see it now, is they make adjustments. They make adjustments. Fringe world level guys will keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? You'll see it time and time again. Even world level guys barely make adjustments. They'll think, you know what? It's gonna work. It's gonna work. I'm just gonna keep going to the body. I'm gonna keep going to the head. It's gonna work. Elite world level guys make adjustments. Usyk yesterday, I think we all saw it. If you know your boxing, you'll see from round 4 or 5 onwards, he made adjustments, right? And Tony Bellew didn't. And I think Paulie Malignaggi sort of pointed this out in commentary. He made adjustments. Tony Bellew didn't make adjustments. Elite world level, fringe world level. That's the difference. The best fighter I've ever seen, and I'm not going to talk about guys in the 60s and 70s and 80s because look, I was too young to even notice, but the best fighter I've ever seen make adjustments, Floyd Mayweather. I've seen Floyd Mayweather get tagged. You wouldn't even know he got tagged. The composure is just phenomenal. And then he makes adjustments. Remember, me and Ryan used to sit down and always talk about this when we used to do our box talk videos. Floyd Mayweather makes adjustments like none other. He will literally just look at you for the first 2 or 3 rounds, just look at you. And then, okay, I need to do this. Adjustment made, go on and just score a wide points decision. Usyk makes adjustments. I'm not saying he's Floyd Mayweather, but he knows how to make adjustments. And that's what the best do. And that's why he was able to get the victory. And it was a very, very good victory. What happens next for Usyk? We'll discuss it in another video. I'm going to do another video talking about what happens to him at the heavyweight division. Can he compete? You know, when will he go up there? When will the next fight be? We'll talk about that in the next video. But look, credit to Tony Bellew. It was a good fight for a few rounds. I said it would be. Again, Usyk just showed that. I think he had 2 or 3 gears. And I think he kind of referred to this in the interview. It's difficult, obviously, because he doesn't speak English and he's doing it through a translator. But he looked very calm and almost, dare say, arrogant in the interview after. That's because he had gears. I still think he had a couple more gears to go if needed. He didn't need to yesterday, but they're there for when he takes another step up. And obviously that next step up will be the heavyweight division. But we talked about him being a bit special. We talked about him being pound for pounder. And I think it's fair to say he is all those things. He is a bit special. And I think he is a pound for pounder. Again, his record this year says Bradis, Gassiev and Bellew. Fucking hell, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all.